Hello and welcome to another update video about VAI. VAI has now shown a first initial reaction to the support area. The price is currently 35.1 cent. The support range here that we communicated in the previous video was here defined between 27.6 cents and 37.6. Not a very confident count because it's very choppy, but you know, we can recognize some structures, and the support area at the moment is holding, but I don't have this is a three-wave move up, I have to say, right? It's a three-wave move up, so there are basically two support levels that really matter. 27.6 cents and below that 24.2. But I have to say, honestly, I haven't got anything really reliable below 24.2 cents. There's nothing there that I could really use here. The problem with this chart is that this move up is extremely choppy. Probably the only thing I could do if the support regions break, which they might do. Never assume a support area couldn't break. Essentially, they are just pivots on the chart that tell us if we can carry on with our assumption on the chart, or if something needs to change. And if something needs to change, then it's typically, or if support breaks, typically a good time to take a step back, watch the chart, reassess what's going on, look at the structure when it breaks, how does it break, and so on. But what I could say is, obviously at the moment I'm sort of assuming this is impulsive to the upside. Well, it might not be. It might not be. I can count it impulsively, but it hasn't really taken off yet. The alternative count, so if this support area breaks, if the 24.2 cent level breaks, I might assume that we're dealing with a diagonal pattern, and that's again messy. And then we would probably, and I need to think about it, I would need to reassess the entire chart, but I could say that still the initial move up is obviously a wave 1, looks like 5 waves, the wave 2 down. Then we're now in the third wave, yeah, but in the third wave this couldn't be a diagonal, so that wouldn't work. But I might say that this is an ABC in the end. Okay, so the A wave and 5 waves, a B wave pullback, and the C wave could be an ending diagonal. In that case, it might only reach like $6. Okay, if it stretches further, $15 possible. We would then need to look at the subwave structure, but then we're dealing with a diagonal pattern. I need to observe the structure. If that happens, and if we break below 24.2 cents, then I will probably assume that this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2. Yeah, but in an ending diagonal. Then the third wave is unfolding right now, and it would be an A, B, C structure. Then we get a 4 and a 5. And then that could be it, Now in this structure, obviously I'm giving you the support levels that need to hold for VAI, one second, to maintain its impulsive potential. So that's 27.6 cents, and okay, in the worst case, for an impulse, 24.2 cents. But if we break below 24.2 cents, then I have to assume that we're dealing with a diagonal, and I have to change the overall assumption on the chart to just an ABC structure. That's certainly not clearly bullish. And yeah, we start to see these ABC structures come up here and there. So that would mean the invalidation point then for the diagonal, in which we could get a deeper pullback. Basically, that would be wave 2 bottomed here end of January, but it's an A wave up in 3 waves. A B wave pullback can be deeper, then a C wave up, and this B wave pullback would then need to hold above the low point that formed in January, and that's at 10 cents. That's the invalidation point. But the reality is there will be a support area that's a little bit lower than the current support zones. But how reliable is it in a diagonal? Diagonals are difficult to trade. So basically below 24.2 cents, the 22.7 to 14.7 cent area becomes relevant. Below 14.7 cents, it will already become less likely that this is unfolding as a diagonal to the upside, because then also that breaks, and yeah, it's gonna be, I don't know what it would be. I mean, we would then need to reassess the chart, but I can tell you that already below 24.2 cents, the entire upside scenario becomes far less reliable. But for now, everything's holding, and the next upside targets are 80.7 cents and $1 too. I would still like to see them, but I have to say I don't like the micro structures and the price action that are currently developing here on the weekend on many altcoin charts. I have to say that, you know, because yeah, they are just showing weakness where ideally they wouldn't show weakness necessarily. Some are okay, some are not so okay, and some are really in sharp pullbacks. So we'll see. I mean, essentially there are many correlations in the crypto space with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is leading, and what I mentioned over recent days again and again is that if Bitcoin breaks or if Bitcoin finishes the bull market now, I don't assume that's happening right now, but if Bitcoin breaks, then a lot of altcoins will, regardless of where they are in the cycle, suddenly form a top and come down. You know, altcoin plays are good as long as they are following the parameters, but once the parameters aren't followed anymore, it's time to be on the side of caution. Yeah, that's my update about VAI. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.